Today we're joined by Leila Zorzi. She's from Montreal and is currently completing her Math Bridge program at Galileo. Leila loves staying active, spending time with friends and family, and finding balance at home. She's exploring future opportunities in the health or arts field and is focused on growing her confidence and social skills. We're excited to have her with us today. Leila, welcome to Galileo Talks. I'm so happy that you're here today. How are you doing?
Thank you so much for having me, guys. I'm very excited to be here.
Amazing. So, Leila, let's talk a bit about growing up. What was it like growing up? Where did you grow up?
I was born in 2001, and then after I lived in Saint Leonard, and then after I moved to Annecy to Visseloma, then after Annecy to Chomedey-Lava, then after Prince Edward Island. That's my life.
It's all over the face. So you've been all over around.
How is okay? So you moved quite a bit. What was it like going from Quebec to Prince Edward Island?
And so I graduated grade 11 in 2019. I went to Warren Academy. And then after I was having a private discussion with my mom said, Leila, we're going to move to Pia. I said, why? What? And then she said, oh, because I'm having a job offer there for the government. So after my graduation, my family and I, we drove from Laval all the way to Prince Edward Island, and it took about 11 hours by driving. Even we have to pay the bridge too.
So how was that move? First you move over there. How was that for you?
Oh, it was very different than in Quebec. Like, for example, the grade 11, it is in grade 12, it is mandatory that you have to do volunteer. And also, we survived the Hurricane Dorian. Even I have 5 days of no internet. And also, I saw my neighbor's tree smashed it in their house. And then after it was we did like physics, we did chemistry. It was like very open because after grade 12 you can go to university. And then COVID-19 came, so I was stuck in the Maritimes until July 2020.
Okay, and so after PEI, you moved back to Montreal.
Yeah, I moved back to Laval, Bonview.
Okay. Was there a time you'd say, like in your young, either childhood or teenage years, that really shaped you? Was there a moment that, uh, whether it was overcoming struggles or just like a pivotal moment?
Was diagnosed with Asperger's and also anorexia too. Because I was like very different from the others. Because sometimes I could get tantrums, sometimes I could get angry, sometimes I could get stubborn, sometimes I can get very like detail oriented. So, and I have also little ADHD too. And also, when I was 16, my brother is having lots of seizures, so I was like very depressed too.
That's a lot for you to manage. It's a lot going on, right? Do you still struggle with this today?
Oh, well, I struggle like less than I was before, but I got lots of help from therapies, from friends, from family, and then they really helped me out who I am.
You're lucky to have that support. You mentioned Asperger's. Can you elaborate a little bit about that?
Well, about my diagnosis, so like I said before, I was very different from other kids. So, like when I was 16, I was very, very shy to others. Like I was very sensitive to noises. Also, like get like tantrums, like angry, get into fights. Like sometimes I can get vulgar. I can speak in other languages too. Even got detention from that too.
What from the shy barrier?
Oh, so after I grew up older, when I got after my shyness, I have a few friends that started to interview me, and then I've been like some few interviews, and then I've been asking simple questions, and that's how I become like not over shy anymore.
No, it's great.
Was it hard dealing with other teens who didn't understand you? Or did you feel like singled out? How did you feel in those moments?
Sometimes I feel like very ashamed of my disability. Sometimes I feel really, really ashamed. Then after I realized that that I am loved.
That's so beautiful. You definitely are loved. I see the relationship you have with your mom and your brother, and it's really beautiful. Um, okay, so you mentioned working on behaviors and social skills. What are you working on right now?
Right now, my goals is how to not to how to be not judgmental. My goals is how to be loyal, how to be not to gossip, and also like how to get not to get very very vulgar, or get too angry with the other people.
And how are you going about working on those things?
Well, I have a private psychologist, and then she made me lots of therapies about it. She gave me like little drawings, like how to get over behavior. Even I asked my some of the older friends, and they were like teaching me how to do it.
That's amazing. Also, if I'm not mistaken, you're super active. Layla, why don't you tell us a bit about all the activities that you do in your spare time?
Oh, I did lots of activities. Started in 2005. In 2005, I started to learn how to swim. At that time, I started to walk when I was only 4 years old because at that time, my legs were like very, very paralyzed. So my mom put me a bunch of sports of doing it. So my mom put me in track and field. I started in track in 2008. And then I did some no, right now I'm doing tennis. I am part of Team Lava for 4 years. I've been doing track for 17 years. Now I'm starting my tennis journey in this year.
Amazing. Or which activity would you say was the hardest to learn? Which one was the hardest for you to pick up on?
Oh, all these sports back then they were very very hard on me because I was like really having lots of paralyzed legs, and also like sometimes I get into fights with others, and then even sometimes I get depressed like when I'm struggling like mentally. So then I got lots of help from people like supporting me.
That's amazing. So which activity would you say is your favorite now?
Oh, my favorite one will be track. They're great.
We've been doing it for a while. If you started at 7 years old, that's great. Um, let's talk a bit about what brought you to Galileo.
So when I was in high school, there was a girl from a school from Lauren Hill that I know. She said she told me like about adult education. Me that time back then I thought adult education is for stupid people. I'm sorry, but that was back then.
It
Then
Some people do still
Stick that a stick.
the stigma of adulthood.
yeah, I didn't mean by that, but that was me when I was a teenager. And then so I did my education in grade 12. I wanted to apply for university, but my grades were not that high. And then so I started to study at the Cégep Montmorency in landscaping. I was in other cross country team. But the French literature, I'm telling you, is very very hard for me. I tried. Even I made lots of good friendships. Even I did lots of interesting uh, internship. My first internship was when I was 19 years old. And then after I went to Dawson and I did a faster pace bridge courses where it was too fast and I built all my classes. And then after I discovered Galileo from a friend. And it changed my life.
I feel like a lot of students are that way. I don't know, maybe you were different, right, Evan?
Well, I was kind of excited to come to the next school. So
I think you're the odd one out, but a lot of students are very shy, especially when they start at a new school with you're not in a cohort, you don't have necessarily other friends.
you made press really fast.
I think you know everyone in the hallway.
That
All this.
the class so easy going. It looks to me like you overcame everything. Or in some way, you overcame everything you were battling back then.
Speaking of, is there something though that when you look back, is there something you're extremely proud of? Something you accomplished that you're extremely proud of?
Oh yeah, lots of accomplishment. That's a lot. Like for example, like I learned English. My first language was actually French, and then a little bit of Hungarian, then a little bit of Arabic. Then after some English. So English was my fourth language. So I'm at like so many schools, and then I uh, I did lots of achievements, like for example in sports or like in few internships. So yeah.
Okay, I have a question for you. You mentioned you were at Cégep Montmorency, then you're back at Galileo. Can you explain what you're doing back here? I believe you graduated, right? Oh, you got your high school diploma?
Well, when I was in Warren Hill, I got a I'm very, very sorry to all my teachers, but I got 59% in French immersion. And I asked my teachers, why? Can you put me a 60 at least? They said, no, no. So I did my bridge course in grade 12. So I have two extra diplomas, one in here in Galileo and also one in PI.
Okay, and what are you doing here? What are you completing at Galileo?
Well, right now I'm just right now I just finishing. Right now I just want to here to increase my grades or to study more effort in a more better ways, and also maybe do a therapy. Because back in 2018, when I was in secondary four, there was a guidance counselor, and he took me and my high school all the way to downtown to see like all types of trades, like diplomas. Like me back then, I wanted to compare. Like I want to become like others, going to university, like doing the hard things. Then all the years of study, it was very hard for me. So a lot of people recommend me to do the trades, and actually. I would like to thank Quebec for recommending all the trades they have.
Okay. Um, Speaking of trades and goals for the future, what is your goal? Like, what's your next goal?
Well, right now is to focus on my present goal, and then maybe after, maybe I will go back to my, maybe go back to become a personal trainer, or also going back to the baby as a caregiver, or maybe do a ASC in a biomedical, so become a lab technician in high schools. So, or becoming a clown in a hospital.
So what would you consider to be your dream job?
Oh, yeah, this is a hard one for me because people on this spectrum, like they have so many dreams, but it's hard for me. So I don't know.
Let's lighten up the mood a little bit. Leila, are you ready for something that we do called rapid fire questions?
Sure, I would like to give it a try.
Yeah. Okay. So, Ivan, you want to take this one?
And it's gonna do. All right, so we're gonna do a couple of questions. Cause you just respond with the first answer that comes to your head. Okay.
Me.
Uh, morning or night person?
I'm mostly a morning person
Okay, running or hiking?
who, more a running.
Coffee or tea?
Tea,
Favorite season?
summer,
Zumba or a relaxing night in?
huh?
Zumba, like the little train thing, Zumba dancing train, or a relaxing night in, like staying in.
I'm more a Zumba person.
Good. Book or movies?
Movies.
Comedy or drama?
Oh, I like more comedies.
Okay, go to comfort food.
Comfort food, ramen.
Yeah. What word describes you today?
Shy.
And I'm at I would have never known that yet. It was hard to tell.
Yeah.
But that's it for the rapid fire.
Um, so Leila, before we end the interview, we always ask our guests if you can give one piece of advice, something that, you can carry forward with you, or just one piece of advice that you want to share. What would it be?
Always respect everyone. Always being loyal. Always being humble. Uh, Stay away from substances, and also learn how to control your behavior and also your fights.